Good morning. I'll try to provide a perspective from the business point of view. I'm from a private company in Spain, Linguaserve. We at Linguaserve specialize in multilingual web for the 21st century challenge. And we have been working in interoperability systems since more than 10 years ago, and in real-time multilingual publishing systems since 5 years ago. We also collaborate in this initiative, in this project, that we are member of GALA. Linguaserve is member of Multilingual Web LT because we think that the standards help both small and medium enterprise, and not only for large companies. We are convinced of that. And secondly, because there is not a magic button. Human language is very complex, as you perfectly know. And the web content annotation, it helps for the multilingual web linguistic technology. So let's just have a quick overview of the first use case. As Clemens Vance mentioned before, from Cocomore, we collaborate with them. We did that with the VDMA, which is a very large association, very highly exported oriented. With them, we annotate, we process around 150 press releases with more than 75,000 words using Drupal extension models with an ITS-aware automatic round-tripping from German into French and Chinese. Well, just as you can see here, ITS 2.0 has a role in the different systems and in all the steps, from the content management system, in the publishing itself, but also in all interoperability and the interaction with the back office of the translation management system. The data categories are generated and consumed in the different parts and steps of the process in a very collaborative way for different purposes. Which benefits have all this? Well, we can see immediate benefits from the technical point of view. For example, simple thing, translate. The ability of annotating if something has to be translated or not avoids to include in the large lexical list of every single translation machine system to include list, exception list for translation, etc. So with this control, you can use simultaneously different machine translation without indicating within those machine translation systems if something has to be translated or not. Very simple. For example, domain. We can select automatically reference material by using the metadata for domain. Those are some examples of, for example, storage size. We can control localization problem of sizing because of the data contains the information for the limit of that size, or provenance. We can indicate who was the translator and reviewer, so if that content has to be used again in the future, the same translator and reviewer can intervene. So we are reducing not only data, but we are reducing experience of people. And readiness, which is an extension to control processing, because all this is about processing. Well, the impact we expect is immediately, and we detect, the reduction of management cost, because many formerly interaction by emails, telephone, other means can be done directly indicated in the content. So we increase the process efficiency, and we increase also the translation quality. Translation cost is not directly reduced in this scenario, but by reducing the non-quality cost, it's also reduced as well, as we will see later on in the presentation from Vistatech. So it's a win-to-win business. Everybody wins. The content creators, the content generators, the CMS developers, the localization industry, and of course the user. It provides a more efficient control, is independent of platform and format, and it improves the machine-machine interaction, but also the human-machine interaction. It gives also new ways of opportunities for developing new technologies. For the new user, we are convinced that ITS 2.0 will accelerate the adoption of interoperability system. For the existing users, we have already proven that certain problems can be solved with ITS 2.0. Some business opportunity. Of course, this is technology that is addressed to very frequently update content. Corporate industry information, government, e-commerce, but also educational website. And it's important especially for highly distributed content creation systems. where there is not a person that controls that flow. It has to be automatically applied. And we are convinced that there is a way for exploring application for search engine optimization of ITS 2.0, which is an important area for industry. The second one is a different use case. We are talking here about an online, in real-time multilingual publishing system. We developed that use case with the Spanish Tax Agency, which is a very known institution in our country. The scope was we use HTML5, we developed with our system Atlas, with LT software, machine translation, rule-based, with Matrix from Dublin City University, statistical, and we processed more than 250 pages from Spanish into English, a selection of pages into French and German. And also we developed a methodology for post-editing using this annotation. So that's very simple. The user goes into the website, selects another language, and in real time, the web page is decompound, translated, and compound, and offer. All this in less than 500 milliseconds. So we use the annotation for this. Here again, the metadata is generated and consumed in different places. As you can see, the graphic is different than the use case before. And some immediate benefits. For example, we are touching here quality aspect, reporting, translation, consumer, or post-editor, certain quality aspects, or for example, with empty confidence, allowing to judge the quality of machine translation. Well, here we are in front of a new cost structure for multilingual translation. Here, the costs are reduced in a very high level because basically of the reduction of cost, translation, and localization, while management, revision, and testing are increased. So we balance differently the cost structure of the project, which is very interesting for very large project, reducing at least 30% cost of project of this kind, and also allowing to the client, to the final user, having control, because the translation and localization is done in the HTML. So if the information for control is not metadata in the HTML, it's just not possible. No interoperability, it's just real time. So this is especially thought for e-commerce. E-commerce is very sensitive to ITS 2.0 because the kind of the text, the number of updates, and also for web pages that are generated by many different applications behind, where making a connection is not simple. So you have to attack the result of different systems working together. You can see that in the page of the ITS implementations, and well, and a small contribution of the vision of all this. Within, we have to have a transversal view of multilingual web. So we think that the content creation, publishing, and exploitation needs to be more multilingual sensitive, but also that the translation system needs to be more web sensitive. In many different aspects, creation, annotation, linked to open data, web publishing, interoperability, but also going from workflows to expert system. We are convinced that one of the key of multilinguality in the web is going toward expert systems. And this is why we think that the Multilingual Web Server is one of the goals for this perspective, where they have interoperability, real-time expert system. They are using multilingual but also interlingual linked open data. We maximize the reuse and productivity. We integrate automatic quality assurance, and we provide nice virtual offices and interfaces for the human being, because at the end, on the other side of the machine, is always the human being. Thank you very much.